Good afternoon. You're attending a session of the Baltimore City Ethics Board for Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. It is 2:35, and we're calling our meeting to order. Please understand that per the Open Meetings Act, the board discloses that it adjourned its virtual open meeting on August 11th, 2021 to enter into an administrative session at approximately 3:05 p.m. All board members were present, and members discussed administrative matters, including complaints. As for today, the board may need to close some or all of this meeting to preserve the confidentiality maintained by the Ethics Code or is otherwise authorized by the State Open Meetings Act. Likewise, upon adjournment of the open session, the board may reconvene for an administrative session to discuss non-public administrative functions of the board. All right, so the meeting is called to order, and we'll move to the August 11th, 2021 minutes, which I looked at earlier. I found them thorough and have no edits suggested. Are there any suggested edits to the minutes?
Nope.
All right, there being none, I'll move to approve the written minutes. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor of approving the August 11th minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the minutes are approved. And now let's go to Mr. Hotstetler and talk about performance. Tell us your updates.
Thanks, Chair Vogelman. On the training front, we've continued to roll out the automated online training, both now for city employees and officials and board members and commission members. So it's really open now to anybody who wants to sign up. In August, we had 121 individuals enrolled in the course. They have until basically September 9th to complete that. And in September, we already have over 200 people enrolled. In October, well over 100 people enrolled. So we're getting things sort of on a staggered basis. A lot more people enrolled than we ever would have been able to do with the live training sessions. I am doing one live training session for members of Department of General Services the third week of September. So sort of on an as requested basis, I'll still accommodate those requests for live trainings. But it appears as though the majority of the trainings are going to be this automated online system. We haven't gotten the feedback yet on those, but we're hoping to get that later this week once the August session rolls out. So far we have pretty good ratings, but I want to really dig into some of the written assessments to see ways that we can improve that. Help desk wise, the board staff dealt with 82 requests in August. The majority of those were ethics inquiries. We had about 29 requests for ethics guidance. That's staying about this. It's a little bit less than the last couple of months, but it's staying relatively in the same range. 6 requests from lobbyists. The next largest section was requests concerning the ethics training, and that had to do with us rolling out the online automated training. And so far in September, we've already received 27 help desk requests. A number of those have been for ethics guidance, and we've seen a positive trend of individuals reaching out either during or shortly after the ethics training to say, hey, this triggered a situation that I have in mind, and just wanting to get some clarity or some guidance on that. So that's been really encouraging to see.
Donna, did you have a question? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Donna,
It was about the training,
Yeah.
which I found excellent. And my writing comment was, could you give us a PDF copy of the abbreviated slides at the end?
The slides.
Yeah, or even in the beginning. So, people learn different ways. I like to have it in front of me. So what I found I was doing was screen copying along the way.
Okay.
You don't need all of them because you do a lot of progressive disclosure on the slides. It's just the full out, completed one would be nice.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. We've been providing those after the live trainings, but it might make sense just to provide the same sort of thing up front for the online one. Yep. Let's see, financial disclosure statements. I think I mentioned last time that we had only 19 outstanding filers left out of, upwards of 2,900. We're now down to 16. 6 of those are board members, 10 of those are employees. This has been after all of the sort of follow-up and conversations with sort of agency heads, et cetera. So those 10 employees, especially, I'm not entirely sure what a next step would be. Like we've discussed before that the ethics board has authority to recommend suspension without pay until those are filed, but that's not necessarily a step that we wanted to make. We have clearly informed both the employees and the agency heads that that's something that could happen. I think anytime you have a required over a few thousand required filers, something like getting down to 10 who are non-compliant, could be for a variety of reasons. And I'm not sure that we can expect absolute perfection there, but it's something that we will consider. We will continue to consider.
So, yeah, I'm raising my hand.
That's good.
Yep,
thank you.
Regarding the board members, are they viable board members or are they ghost board members or what?
Are they paid?
And regarding the employees, are they low level or higher level?
Yeah, Mara and I were discussing this before the meeting. The board members are kind of across the board. They're all volunteer board members. And I think some have been a little MIA in other duties as well that we've heard from the board staff. It's possibly even some of the boards aren't all that active at the moment. And these are not city employees, so I think it would be possibly tough to track them down, especially if the boards aren't active. The employees are primarily quite low level at this point. Individuals who may not have even been required in the past, but due to our efforts of trying to get the agencies to give us updated lists, are now on there. So, and we've dealt with a variety of technological deficiencies and varying skill levels, et cetera. And I think I get the sense that the rest of these employees are perhaps one who fall primarily in that latter category. So it may be diminishing returns trying to chase after them at this point.
Jeff and everyone else, I do think this is important. I also think that when you're talking, and look, to be honest, I'm less worried about the board members, the volunteer board members, than I am about full-time City of Baltimore employees. As far as I'm concerned, this is a condition preceding to the job. It's a condition of the job while you have the job, and then you have an exit state. And in order to have transparency across the board at city government, we really need, I'm talking about 10 employees. If each of them wanted to get on WebEx with you guys could knock these things out within a matter of 2 hours for 10 of them. So I really think the board ought to send at least a last chance letter, a little stronger worded than in the past. I would certainly support such a thing.
Or at least request from their sponsor or their supervisor an explanation of why they're delinquent. Maybe if you put the boss or the appointer on the line, or the chair of the board that they're on, put the responsible, accountable person on the line to give a written response.
And we're so close to 100% compliance.
That's true.
And trust me, if they know they can get away with it, it'll be 18 next year.
Right.
It's true.
So
it's true.
You could even cut that number in half. I mean, I think that would show the most incredible due diligence on behalf of the agency. So I support some kind of letter, some kind of communication saying this is going. This could escalate. We're not forgetting about you. We need you to do this. Make an appointment. We will service you. We will give you the best service the city has to offer in this regard, and we'll make it quick for you, and you'll get it done. But we really 100% compliance would be amazing for a body of this size.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you can say that any city's got 100% compliance. More than 500 employees. So I'd really like to see us get closer to that number. But thank you for getting us to 99% and change. We appreciate that.
Yep. Well taken, and we'll send some more, or just get on the phone. So we'll figure this out before next time.
Yeah, we'll defer to you on the specific.
I would also second Donna's idea and maybe do a combination of the two. Send a letter to the employee and CC their supervisor if it's easy to determine, so that when they get that letter, they're like, oh no, I'm going to be, someone's tattling on me. I mean, so there's a record of their employer having gotten, and they know their employer is aware of their delinquency.
And we've done that in the past because that was what we were sort of required to do on some of the follow-up stages. So it will be a reiteration of that, but I think possibly now we could do it just an individual email to that employee and copy the supervisor. So it's actually more pesky than just sending a list of outstanding filers. It's right. Then I think we can have some strategies for a little more squeaky wheel here. All right, let's see. Gift solicitation reports or gift solicitation front. We've been pretty quiet. As you remember, the last couple of meetings, we haven't had any applications for new waivers. 2 of the open campaigns have filed interim reports in the last month. And I think I mentioned we will discuss 1 gift request on the administrative agenda. On the lobbying front, we mentioned last time that all the lobbyists, with the exception of 1, had filed their semi-annual lobbying activity reports on time. 1 was 1 day late, and we had requested a late fee from them, which will be due on September 13th. So we will be following up with them as well.
And Jeff, we just got the late fee maybe 5 minutes ago.
All right,
so that's done.
All right. No outstanding late fees. Okay. And with that, that's the metrics update. And I believe there is, unless board members have other things they would like to discuss in an open session, there's no old business or new business at the moment.
Is the annual report open session or confidential?
Oh, that would be open session. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So we are very close to a final draft to send to you all. That's not, we didn't have it on the agenda at this point, but it's due, I believe, September 30th. We're hoping we can potentially have it approved easily by the 3rd week of September. So we'll be circulating it among you all.
All right, there being no old business or new business, and I'm going to move that we close our public session and we enter into administrative session. Can I have a second?
Yep, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.